China has moved Chang'e-7 and its Long March-5 Y14 rocket to the launch area, placing a lunar South Pole mission close to liftoff. In this video, we will reveal what happens before launch, how exploration methods will work together, why permanently shadowed craters matter, and what this mission could teach us about the moon's environment and resources for future exploration. Chang'e-7 has reached a major pre-launch milestone. The complete probe and its Long March-5 Y14 carrier rocket now stand at the launching area in Wenchang. On August 19, 2026, teams transferred the combination vertically across the Wenchang Spacecraft Launch Site in Hainan Province. Its real importance becomes clear from what happened earlier. The probe arrived at the site in April, while the rocket arrived in July. Both vehicles then successfully passed through assembly and testing before moving together toward the pad. This sequence shows how carefully the campaign has been organized. The spacecraft and rocket did not arrive as one finished stack ready to leave immediately. They reached Wenchang separately, allowing teams to assemble the flight system and examine how its major parts work together. Only after completing those preparations did officials approve the vertical transfer. That movement therefore marks a transition from indoor processing to the final launch site phase, bringing the mission closer to departure without implying that all remaining tasks are complete. Several important procedures must still take place. Functional checks will confirm that the required systems operate as planned. A joint test will examine the relationship between the probe, the rocket, and the supporting launch equipment. Propellant filling will prepare the vehicle for its journey. These steps may sound less dramatic than rollout, yet they are essential because Chang'e-7 depends on the complete system performing correctly from the ground onward. Officials say all facilities and equipment at Wenchang are in good condition. They also say the remaining checks, joint testing, and filling activities will proceed as scheduled. However, they have not announced a specific launch date or time. The probe is scheduled to lift off at an appropriate time, which means the public must wait for the final decision rather than treating the rollout itself as liftoff. Chang'e-7 stands out because it will investigate the lunar South Pole through forms of exploration: orbiting, landing, roving, and hopping. The mission will examine the region from above and on the surface. This comprehensive method is central to its design because the mission aims to conduct both environmental and resource surveys rather than complete one narrow observation at a single location. Orbiting provides the first part of that larger picture. By operating around the moon, the mission can examine the South Polar region from overhead and support the wider investigation. Landing then places equipment directly on the lunar surface, where local conditions can be studied more closely. Roving adds movement across accessible terrain instead of limiting the mission to the immediate landing point. Finally, hopping introduces a different kind of mobility for reaching locations that demand an approach beyond ordinary surface travel. Bringing these methods together creates a connected exploration process. Information gathered during orbital operations can contribute to understanding the region on a broad scale. Surface work can then examine selected surroundings more directly. The rover extends the area available for investigation, while the hopping element adds another way to explore challenging features. Each method answers a different need, but together they support one goal: building a more complete assessment of the lunar South Pole's environment and resources. The mission will also attempt several key technological advances. One is a high-precision soft landing on the lunar surface. Accuracy matters because reaching the intended area is necessary before surface exploration can begin. Another objective involves legged movement, giving the mission a form of mobility distinct from conventional roving. Hopping is a further challenge because the explorer must leave one position, move through the low-gravity environment, and reach another location in a controlled way. These capabilities lead directly to the most unusual target: permanently shadowed craters. Such areas require a mission designed for more than normal movement across open terrain. Chang'e-7 will test whether its combination of landing, legged movement, roving, and hopping can support exploration inside a difficult polar setting. The lunar South Pole is the heart of Chang'e-7's mission because it offers both a difficult environment and the possibility of important resources. The probe will conduct environmental and resource surveys across this polar region, with special attention given to permanently shadowed craters. These locations are central to the mission's purpose, and reaching them explains why China designed a system capable of orbiting, landing, roving, legged movement, and hopping instead of using a simpler exploration plan. Permanently shadowed craters present a direct technological question. Can a spacecraft investigate places that remain outside ordinary sunlight? Chang'e-7 is intended to help answer that through controlled surface activity and specialized movement. A precise soft landing must first place the mission where its work can begin. The rover can then travel across suitable ground, while the legged and hopping capabilities offer additional options for negotiating the landscape and approaching the shadowed targets. The environmental survey will examine the character of the lunar south polar setting. At the same time, the resource survey will investigate what may be available within that region. The mission update does not announce a discovery because the probe has not launched or collected results. Instead, it describes the tools and exploration strategy that will allow Chang'e-7 to search. That difference is important. The excitement comes from the questions the mission is preparing to examine, not from claiming that those questions have already been answered. This work could expand understanding of a region that remains challenging to explore directly. A successful mission would show that several robotic methods can operate as one coordinated system while gathering information from orbit and from the lunar surface. It would also demonstrate key technologies required for high-precision landing and movement across a complex polar area. Even before scientific findings arrive, proving those capabilities would represent a meaningful result of the mission itself. International cooperation adds another dimension. Chang'e-7 will include participation beyond China, although the latest mission update does not provide individual project details. That cooperation places the environmental and resource surveys within a wider scientific effort and creates opportunities for shared contributions to lunar exploration. By combining several exploration techniques within one mission, researchers can compare observations collected from different positions and perspectives. This broader approach may reveal details that a single stationary spacecraft could easily miss during its investigation. Chang'e-7 is closer to launch, but its most important work remains ahead. The probe and Long March-5 Y14 rocket have reached the launching area after assembly and testing, while final checks, joint testing, and propellant filling will follow. From there, the mission will combine orbiting, precision landing, roving, legged movement, and hopping to survey the lunar south pole and investigate permanently shadowed craters. Its value lies in both the information it may collect and the technologies it will test. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on space exploration and scientific discoveries, and don't forget to leave a comment below. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.